Hi guys, Harry and Hugo here, talking to you today about self-confidence and self-belief. And just like every progression podcast episode, we're going to look at what the gold standard is perhaps like, what you're striving for as the perfection idea, where most people are at, and actual progressive ways that you can move from a position of lower self-confidence and self-belief into a position of self-belief. So, what is the gold standard? Well, the gold standard is simply a total belief in oneself and your own ability. We all probably know somebody, or you've probably come across somebody where you look at them and you think like, wow, that person could just achieve anything they set their mind to, like they're unstoppable. And those people have a very high degree of self-belief, or another term is self-efficacy. So they're very highly driven, they're highly ambitious, and they're highly confident in their abilities. However, this is not usually a common position for most people. The majority of us often deal with feelings of underconfidence and a lack of belief in our ability to succeed. So that is where we're going to start. So Hugo, especially we'll talk about this a little bit in our context, like the sphere that we work in, which is the gym. You know, we deal with people who come into our gym and they're unsure about training, they're unsure about their goals, they want to achieve something, but perhaps they've failed multiple times at getting in shape, getting stronger, those sorts of goals. So we encounter people who are in a position of underconfidence quite a lot. So what sort of characteristics have you noticed like that you see when somebody comes in who's perhaps not got much self-belief?
Yeah, so I'd say that with the people that come into us here who are underconfident, a lot of the time they're hesitant to push themselves, whether they're hesitant to like up weights, up reps. They don't believe that they have that ability to be able to progress. I'd say, and the self doubt, like openly talking about it, they'll beat themselves down in front of you, just saying that they don't believe that they can do it. They can't do that. I can't do this. When they won't open their mind up to the possibility of doing it, I think at some point, just because of that fear of not succeeding. And I think you can almost hide that negative talk as a joke, which I think helps people kind of lighten the reality of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something that happens quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. But
mainly,
it's not really something to take light of, because you know those set of beliefs that somebody has is going to hold them back from achieving what they want to achieve.
Yeah.
And the real question that we get down to as coaches that we need to find out is why. Why is somebody feeling that way?
Because when you find out why, you can find out how to help them get over it and progress.
Exactly, and it's asking questions like, what sort of attempts have you made of this in the past, or even just into their personal lives to a large degree, finding out what background they're from. You know, maybe they had somebody in their life who told them that they couldn't do things. Maybe they were classed as a naughty kid at school and the teachers told them that they'd never be anything, they'd never succeed. And if people tell you that stuff enough, sometimes you start to believe it's true. Mm-hmm. So if these are the positions that people are common in, and we've got the gold standard of wanting to reach that unstoppable, super confident achievement, what are some of the practical ways that you can progress from point A to point B? So one that I know, which I'm going to sound like a hypocrite now because I actually don't do this very often, but for any of you who've seen it, there's a talk from an ex-Marine, and he talks about making your bed. And in the military, they're forced to make their bed to an impeccable standard every morning, because every single morning they've started with a promise kept to themselves and an achievement, and when they go to bed it's a reminder of the fact that they kept their promise. So they're in a state of achievement all the time, and that's what you're trying to recreate in fat loss, in getting in shape, in business, in life, where you set an expectation or make a promise to yourself, but it's achievable. You know, making your bed's a simple task. Anybody can make a bed. Well, lots and lots and lots of people can make a bed. I'm not going to say anyone. But for most people, that's a simple task.
Yeah.
So if you set yourself simple goals, simple achievements, simple tasks that are not overstretching, and you keep that promise to yourself, then that is going to put you in the pattern of achievement, and eventually you'll start believing in your ability to execute.
Yeah, I agree. Just the small stuff, isn't it? Doesn't need to be one big thing every day that like you've achieved. Like you have these people who achieve huge things, like Jamie Alton box jumped Everest.
Yeah.
Like you've got everyone who achieves hugely, but it's the small wins that lead you up to the bigger ones.
Absolutely. So the way that can look for different people is going to be very, very different, but keep that principle in mind of setting yourself simple tasks to push you towards achieving, and that is going to build your confidence and self-belief.